Hi, boys and girls. Well, today we're going to read a very unusual book. This book is kind of neat because it's like two stories in one book, and it's called Forest Bright, Forest Night. And it's really neat because I can either turn the book like a clock to learn about Forest Bright and Forest Night, or I can flip it to learn about Forest Bright and Forest Night. I noticed something about those words. Bright, night. Yeah, you're right, they rhyme. And they're both about the forest, so they both have forest in their title. And it's written by Jennifer Ward, and it's illustrated by Jermichael Hinterly. So neat. So they had to think about diurnal in the day and nocturnal in the night. So let's find out about Forest Bright, Forest Night. You have to look at the pictures really closely because there's opposites in there. Nice blue blank one right here. And then Forest Bright, Forest Night. Sunlight, forest bright, after sleeping through the night. So we've got our little friend the chipmunk. We've got our sunlight starting to come through for the morning. And you see some shadows on the ground. Leap and flash, deer splash. Now, while I see this deer leaping, I see a nocturnal animal as well. And of course, my nocturnal animal is doing what right now? Yeah, sleeping. My diurnal animal is up moving around. Climb and stumble, bear cubs tumble. So we've got our two bear cubs and our nocturnal animals sleeping right here. Whittle and rap, woodpeckers tap. So we've got our diurnal animals awake and our nocturnal ones trying to sleep, but I think our red-headed woodpecker is probably making a bit much noise. Slither and slip, snakes whip. So we've got our snakes slithering around while our foxes sleep. Shh, they're trying to sleep. Jabber and talk, blue jays squawk. So our blue jays are up and active. They're our diurnal animal. And then our skunks in the log, they're busy sleeping. They're our nocturnal animal. Store and stash, squirrels dash. So our squirrels are really busy. But our salamanders, they're hiding under the leaves, trying to get a good day's sleep, ready for the night. And I like the way this one is curled up in the log. Chatter and chase, chipmunks race. So our chipmunks are running around all over the place, and our little mice are trying to sleep. Strut and wobble, turkeys gobble. And our little groundhogs trying to get some sleep, or maybe they're the beavers. Yep, beavers. I see a mom's bit of her tail. So we've got a beaver going on here. Buzz and dip, bees sip. So our bees are dropping down into our flowers, doing the pollination, and our crickets are trying to get some sleep before the nighttime comes. Roost and nest, quails rest. Ooh, I noticed that the sky is changing color. The sun is starting to set. So what will come next, do you think? Yeah, you're right, the nighttime. Wonder what will happen with our animal friends. I noticed the quails are resting and our frogs are starting to wake up. Sun sinks, moon winks. Hello, forest night. Now to read this part, I have to flip it over. Here we go. Moon bright forest night, after sleeping through the light. Now remember in our last one, we had a little chipmunk and the morning sun was there. Now we have an opossum and our moonlight is what is coming through the trees and putting shadows on the ground. Hoot and perch, owl eyes search. So our owl is awake now and our deer is sleeping. So it's the opposite. Parade and plod, porcupines trod. So the porcupines are up and awake and the bear cubs are sleeping. Climb and sneak, opossums peek. So now the opossums are playing and the red-headed woodpecker is the one trying to sleep. Yip and yowl, foxes prowl. And our snakes are sleeping now. Scurry and scrumble, skunks amble. Oh, our blue jays are sleeping and our skunks are up on the move. Whew, I hope we don't get too stinky. Slither and slide, salamanders glide. So our salamanders are the ones slipping into the water now, while the squirrels are sleeping up in their drays, and we can see their reflection in the pool of water that the salamanders are going into. Nibble and crunch, mice munch. So now the mice are the ones nibbling and crunching while the chipmunks are sleeping. And paddle and swim, beavers trim. So now our beavers are up working on their dam and our turkey are asleep under Mum's wing. Jump and crawl, crickets call. So our crickets are up and our bees are safe in their hives sleeping. But I noticed that the sky is starting to get a little pink as the moon goes down and what's coming up? You're right, the sunlight. Flip and flop, frogs hop. So our frogs are trying to find a place that they can curl up for the day while our quail is starting to wake up. And if I turn the page, moon goes down, sun grows round. Hello, forest day. Now it's going to swap again. So I'd have to close it and then flip it, and then it's ready for the daytime again. So I closed it, I flipped it, and now we're back in the daytime. And to get to the nighttime, close it, flip it, and open it up. Here's our nighttime. This book is pretty cool. Now, if you were being really, really observant, there was something that you could have noticed in this book. If you looked really, really closely to the pictures, There are numbers hiding. So can anybody see the number 1 where there is 1 deer and 1 owl? How about can you find the number 2 where there are 2 bear cubs? How about can you find the number 3 with the possums and the red-headed woodpeckers? How about on the snake and foxes page, can you find the number 4? How about on our blue jay page and our skunk page, can you find the number 5? What about on the page where we have our squirrels and our salamanders? Can you find the number 6? That one's a little tricky. To look really closely for it. But on our page with our 7 mice and 7 chipmunks, can you find our number 7? That one's really hard. You have to try and look through the tree there. You'll find it. This is Clap's favorite number. Then, if you look at the turkeys and the beavers, you can see the number 8. It almost looks like holes. That gives you a clue where the number 8 is. And then our number 9 looks like a plant with the crickets and the bees. And number 10 is hiding right under the frog sitting on the log. And this book showed you some animals that are diurnal, come out in the day, and animals that are nocturnal and come out at night. Hopefully, you were watching to see which animal was which, because you need to think of an animal that comes out in the day and think of an animal that comes out at night. That's what you're going to draw today in your journal, and then label it with diurnal, daytime, or nocturnal, nighttime. All right, scientists, have a good day. Oh, and by the way, what are we? Think about it. We're people, and most of us are awake in the day and sleep at night. But there's some that are asleep in the day and awake at night. So what are we?